Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you have blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
I thought you said you only had one boyfriend. Or 3 boyfriends total, so. You're an A-. Oof. Apparently that's rare. I don't know. Back to the hallway.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems
so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today.
Oh, negative blood type? I don't know if they're particularly rare. I know O negative is rare. But I don't know about negative blood types in general. Me personally, I'm pretty sure I'm an A positive, if I remember right.
Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You could at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Yeah, I believe A positive is the most common. That sounds correct. Let's just press her on everything because that's what we do. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot, known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Ms. Starr. Let's just get this over with. Alright, we'll push this one. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime.
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you in your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
God, fuck.
So you brought it to the forensics department.
If you're going to submit something as evidence, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
And she got away with it with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the detective victim, Detective Goodman?
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye.
You can't say that for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie?
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana Skye's.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe?
That ties it directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
God damn it, I hate it when it does that.
There we go. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is the contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Alright, I guess we're rotating it. Well, that's a thing. I wonder if you noticed, there's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Ooh la la. Kinky. Indeed, there's quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense.
Ah, shit, I didn't finish reading that before I skipped it. I hate that I can't go back. I'll be right back in a minute. Getting up and having to run upstairs had at least one advantage. In that, I drink on my way back through. So that's a plus. We are back. For whatever that's worth. Probably not a lot. Alright. Pull up. Grab a quick drink. Alright. Contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe. Let me look at this real quick. It's gotta be something involving this picture, but I don't know what. Problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Oh, that's why I don't see it in the photo, because it's not what's there, it's what's not there. Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. Come to think of it, there was no blood at the scene of the crime at all.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order! Well, witness.
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
Yeah, kind of a moron.
I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
Chief prosecutor tried to resist, but our efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly, a predator, this one, a leopard woman, row.
Now, what do you guys think? Unnecessary flashback drink? Yeah, I'd say unnecessary flashback drink.
I thought there was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness? Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean?
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Fuck. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then again, the deed was done. She knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
She's not wrong. In this world, anyway. Seems to be all they do. That reminds me, Ms. Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But... Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Ms. Lana Sky.
Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, you are.
You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox, a lunchbox called evidence.
Is that just a pile of refried beans? Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen.
That took forever. Yeah, it did. Almost half an hour.
Look at this.
Oh, look, another photo. A photograph? Wow, that was horrible. Took your earbud out when you went AFK? Ah.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia.
Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel.
We called it. He can't do anything without Mia.
Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Slam that desk. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Maya isn't even here? Yeah, she isn't. The last trial, Mia didn't talk to Maya at all last time. She just talked directly to us while Maya was next to us. I think Mia is secretly haunting us. Well, not so secretly. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. Here we go again. Bluff it until we get it right. Fake it till you make it, boys. That's what I do. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. A+ is second most common blood type behind O+. Okay. Cool. So the obvious answer is that right there. Whatever the hell that is. The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor.
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf or any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I know you are from a time when cars were not the main mode of transportation, so you should think of it similarly to the asshole of a horse, since that's what you're used to riding from place to place.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Ms. Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. 'Cause she said it during the phone call. The word muffler was in the phone call. Take that. Ms. Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler.
That's definitely an unnecessary flashback. Drink.
That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler! Ah!
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Oh! Ah!
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings, as it's past 11 a.m. in the morning, and frankly, I have better things to do.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, then we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so.
Ding dong, bang bong. It is now 10 p.m. Phew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry. Yeah, he's done nothing but eat the whole time we've been here. To be continued. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2.
Mr. Wright.
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there?
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister, anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. She's probably making a deal to get a little bit laxer treatment during the trial. That way it's a little easier on us. You know. On our knees. I can picture Judge just sitting there stuffing his face the whole time, paying no real mind to the actual case. That's why he's so confused and easily influenced. You're not wrong. Yeah, it has something to do with some cloth or clothes, as the case may be.
So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth.
Hola, partner.
Great, it's this cocksucker.
They say you show red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least.
Officer Marshall.
Thought I'd come take a look, see it, how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out.
That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I reckon.
What does that mean? The photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So where'd it go?
So Ms. Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. The muffler is in the muffler. Maybe.